Good morning. It is October 4th and it's time for my October video, garden update. First of all, there's the puppy. There he goes. This little wire is keeping him out of the garden. Dogs do not like electricity. Anyways, here are some sugar peas, snow peas. We just had our first frost 2 days ago, and our first frost and our first killing frost. I mean, it was combined. So flowers in my granddaughter's bed are looking about dead. There's some Swiss chard. There was the lettuce that I had planted. Red lettuce, green lettuce. I've got some radishes that need to be picked. In fact, I should go ahead and eat this one. And look, Luke, it didn't split the bottom yet. I thought that one would have been split because it's that big enough that you would think it would have been split. And then I have some arugula, and on the other side I planted some kale. I believe that's red Russian kale the whole way over, and I have spinach that's coming up somewhat sporadically. Alright, so that's my hoop tunnel bed. Oh wow, look at that. That is going to be a delicious breakfast. 3 little raspberries right there. Yum, yum, yum. Gotta love that. Guess the radish will be for dessert. Oh, and there's another one. There's my asparagus that needs chopped and dropped. I put some onion bulbs in the ground. They're coming up well there and over here. Here's some arugula that I never pulled out, and it seems like it's coming back in the fall. I have some more kale in this bed, and I have some bunching onions that I planted from seed over here. I'm thinking they should make it through the winter here. And here's my sea kale that I thought was dead, but it seems to have come back a little bit. So we'll see if that makes it. Here's my ginger that looks like it's not done too well with the frost, so I probably should pull that out and see what roots are down under there. Here's my Swiss chard that I didn't pull out that came back. Here's my poor basil. It did not like the frost, but I can get some seeds out of that. Got lots of basil seeds. This is a kale plant that I didn't pull out too. This is over a year old. It went to seed and then just never died. It kept producing. Oh, and I planted with my granddaughter, I planted some lettuce and radishes, and maybe it's just a couple kinds of lettuce, but it seems like I planted something else in there. I can't remember, but that needs thinned and eaten. This is my Egyptian spinach, and it's got tons and tons of seed pods that I'm thinking I'll just cut the whole plant off and tie them up in the shed and let them dry. There's another ginger plant. We sort of had a late start, but you can see the main plant is here and it's going over to there, so I'm assuming it's got some roots under there. I'll probably pull that up in a day or so and let you guys see what we got under there. Ah, my Jerusalem artichokes. They're pretty tall. I'd say they're 8 or 10 feet tall. And I've munched on a couple you may have seen in other videos that I know they've got some tubers under there. I don't know how much. I didn't really take care of them. My pepper plants, I harvested most of my plants last night. Yes, I did harvest most of my peppers last night. This one I didn't. Look at that one. I'm not sure exactly what kind of pepper this is, but I think I'm going to keep that one for seed, because that one I let get mature. The other ones I just sort of chopped off and took inside and took some pictures of it. Here's some cilantro. I got sort of a lot of cilantro growing in this row. There's my horseradish. Let's see, I put some kale where I did have the tomatoes before. These marigolds didn't get killed by the frost yet. But yeah, I got a row of kale down here coming up. And there's my biggest kale plant. Of course, my okra didn't like the frost either. And I planted some onions from seed in here. We'll see if they make it through the winter. I put wood chips over my strawberries. Supposedly that will help with the weeds, and the strongest strawberries will come through the mulch and hopefully grow well from that. I purchased some Brussels sprouts from the store because someone told me that I needed to have Brussels sprouts in the garden. And on the other side of there, oh, here's some Swiss chard that I planted from seed. And then I also bought some lettuce plants. And this lettuce is so tender and juicy. It is amazing lettuce. And then on the other side here, I planted some broccoli. That's the smallest one. Whoa, gotta zoom out for that. And I also purchased these plants. And I put some kale in between there. Just some seed. So might have to cut those back and eat them as I go. Alright, so there's my little garden in October. Blessings to you, each and every one. And I will talk to you next month.